reasons for collecting data is to use the data to make a prediction. So a prediction is when you look into the future. What do you think the future is going to hold? Ranjan surveyed a sample of voters in a country electorate about whether they would vote for the National Party, the Labour Party, or the Greens. And this divided bar shows the results of your survey. So there you go, you've got pink, the National Party, the Labour Party, and then you've got the Greens. Based on the survey results, which party is likely to be elected? So if you look, which one has got more on? Well, the pink has, so that'll be the National Party. More people plan to vote for the National Party than for either of the other two parties. Therefore, the National Party is likely to be elected. Right, so heading up, worksheet 7.6. Patrick completed a survey to find out what color cars people drive, and he used a histogram to present his data. So there's his data. He's got the number of people, 0, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. He's got red, blue, gray, cream, and green. How many people surveyed drive a green car? So there you go. You'll be able to work that out and put that answer in. How many people did Patrick survey? So with that one, we've got to add each column up. So that one was 40, that one would be 30, that one would be 80, that one would be 60, and that one would be 20. So you add them all together, and you'll get your answer. Based on the results of the survey, what is the most popular color car? You can answer that one. What percentage of cars are red? Right, percentages. Okay, so what we do there is we take our number 40, we divide it by our total, which was 230, and we times it by 100, and that'll give us our percentage. So you do that, and you can get the percentage. Okay, Abhere surveyed people in their community to find out how frequently they attended a religious ceremony, so they went to church. She displayed her data in a sector graph. So here's her graph. So she's got 150. So remembering that this whole circle's 360 degrees, 150 degrees went every day, 120 on the weekend, 30 on special occasions, and 60 went rarely or never. So that would be out of 360. So according to Abhere's survey, what fraction of people attended a religious ceremony every day? So what you're going to do is you know that your total's out of 360. So now you have to say, well, how many out of 360? And it was 100. We can see that it's degrees because it's got the little degree sign. It was 150 out of 360. That was the fraction. What percentage of people attend a religious ceremony at least once a week? So at least once a week, we said was 120. And we're going to divide that by our total, which is 360, and times by 100, and that'll give us our percentage. I want you to do that. Okay, Abhere surveyed people in her community, the same question. B, the results of Abhere's survey don't give a true indication of how frequently Australians in general attend religious ceremonies. How might Abhere have biased the results? So how do you think he skewed the results? She may have only asked people in a specific location rather than asking a random sample. So she may have gone to a place where people don't go to church and asked them, or gone to a place where people go to church all the time. It's very important that, because she asked people in her community, that you do a random sample. So it's a really true reflection. So that's your answer there. She may have only asked people in a specific location rather than asked a random sample. Okay, James and Dylan are interested in credit card debt. They both conducted a survey to find out information. James interviewed 40 people at a local shopping centre, and Dylan phoned 40 people as well, randomly selected from a city phone book. You can see the difference. They displayed their data as column graphs. So they've got the amounts of people, my thing's jumping up, with no debt, less than 1,000, from 1,000 to 500, and then more than 5,000, which is what he's done, and their number of people on the side. The question says, what is the most common level of debt in James's survey? So there's James. His most common was less than 1,000. Okay, that was the most people. Compared to James's survey, how many more people in Dylan's survey owe more than 5,000? So here we've got 12 people owe more than 5,000 in Dylan's, and in James's, we've got 2 people. So we've got to subtract those 2 to give us that answer. So you subtract the 12, take 2. Whose survey, James or Dylan's, is better at predicting credit card debt in Australian cities, and why? I want you to think about that. Remember, we spoke about where they did it. The answer is Dylan's, because he used a random sample. Really, really important to use a random sample. Okay. Hawk's Nest is a small holiday town on the beach in the Myal electorate. It's a popular hot summer holiday destination for bushwalking and surfing. During January, Sebastian surveyed people in the town to find out which political party they intended voting for in the next election. He interviewed 200 people and presented his results in a table. Okay, the ALP was 42, the Democrats 28, the Greens were 66, the Nationals were 50, and the Independents were 14. His total was 200 people. According to Sebastian's survey, what percentage of people intended to vote for the ALP? Now, remember what we do with that? We take our amounts, we divide it by our total, and we times it by 100. So let me just move that out the way. 42 divided by 200 times by 100 will give us our percentage. According to Sebastian's survey, there are 60,000 voters in the Myal electorate. Based on Sebastian's survey, approximately how many do you think will vote for the Greens? So what we have to do, we have to take that percentage that we got for the Greens. We have to get the percentage for the Greens. We have to go 50 divided by 200 times by 100. I'm sorry, the Greens, 66 divided by 200 times by 100. So we get our percentage. Right, 33%. Then we take our 60,000 and we times it by 33 divided by 100, and we'll get the amount of people that we think will vote for the Greens. So I want you to show all that working out. So many voters. It is unlikely that Sebastian's survey results will be true for all the electorate. Give two ways in which Sebastian's biased the results when he collects data. I want you to think. So first of all, he went to a holiday town on the beach during January. So there would be a certain type of people that would be there. So he asked people only in one part of the electorate, so he didn't go all over the electorate. And he asked people who aren't voters on the electorate because people would be there on holiday. Okay, Jaydeep surveyed the garbage and recycling habits of people in his community. He recorded the ages of people he surveyed and the percentage of the garbage that they recycled, and he displayed these results in a scatter graph. Okay, so we can see the age of the people. So people who were 20 did about 15% garbage they recycled. Okay, so it goes like that. Are the conclusions valid or invalid from Jaydeep's data? So have a look at this. Young people recycle more of their garbage than old people. So here's the young, let's say, 40 is very young because I'm 40, but let's just say the 30 people. They're saying that the people recycle more of their garbage. Well, there looks like there's a pretty, so you decide, is that valid or non-valid? No one recycles more than 40% of their garbage. So here's 40%. Well, I can see people. So is that valid or invalid? The median, so that means the middle amount of garbage recycled is approximately 25%. So 25% sits here. Would you say that's the middle? Valid or invalid? And the last one, the mode amount of garbage recycled. So the most popular amount of garbage is 35%. So 35% is here. Is that the most popular amount? Valid or invalid? And that, my darlings, is that.